Hey guys, it's Brie. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of my drugstore starter kits. This is the more expensive starter kit, but still really inexpensive and totally worth it. So I have my box of makeup. These are all products that I use weekly, monthly. I mean, I reach for this stuff constantly. You know I love good drugstore makeup. I don't own a ton of high-end stuff, so this is stuff that is tried and true for me. So like the last video, which if you haven't seen part 1, I will link it down below. Make sure you go watch that one too, and that one is super inexpensive. That drugstore starter kit was only $52.50 for the entire drugstore starter kit. So if you haven't seen that, I will link it down below. So right here I have the list of everything and the total, which I will tell you guys at the end of the video. So starting out with primer, this is the Nyx Pore Filler Primer. This primer is $12, which I totally think is worth it. It really reminds me, oh, I still have swatches. So I will put a little right on my hand. Now you can see right there, it does have a little tint to it, but this primer is amazing. If you have pores and fine lines that you want filled, this primer is amazing. You can see like it just blurred the back of my hand. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. It just filled in all of those lines. Your makeup goes on so nicely over the top of it. That really might be my ride or die primer. I'm obsessed with it since I got it. Okay, the next thing are two different foundations, and they are these two. It is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer, and the Loreal Infallible Pro Matte. I love these. The L'Oreal one is $11 and the Milani one is $12. So these are two different really great options at the drugstore. The Milani one is definitely more thick. It is a foundation and concealer. You just really like full coverage foundation, this is for you. This is great. It goes on so nicely. It is really thick, so it takes longer to blend it out. I suggest using a dampened beauty sponge to blend it out, because that also makes it feel lighter when you're putting it on your face. But I love this one, especially when I am having a really bad breakout. And then the L'Oreal Pro Matte, I really love this one. They do have a Pro Glow. If you are more dry and you like a dewy, luminous look, you can go for that one. I have oily skin, so I do love the Pro Matte one. But actually, I didn't like this one when I first used it, and then I used it a couple more times, and I get compliments all the time on my skin, which I always have breakouts, so that's really nice to hear sometimes. But this works really, really, really great. I actually really like it. I'm surprised that it took me this long to jump on this bandwagon. Okay, so next is concealer, and I have two different options of concealer. So they are these two. It is the Maybelline Fit Me and the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. The Maybelline Fit Me is $6 and the Maybelline Age Rewind is $8, so still really inexpensive. The Maybelline Age Rewind I think is really good. It has really good coverage. The Fit Me is a little more light coverage, and you can blend these out really, really well. I didn't know what to think about this applicator, but I actually really do like it. You like twist it and then you tap it on. It has a little sponge, and then I just blend it out, you know, with my beauty sponge. So these are also really, really great items. This one's actually my new Maybelline Fit Me. My other one is almost all gone, and I got this one in the shade 10 Light. I do have 15 Fair, but I got this one for the summertime because I do get a little more tan. Not a lot because I don't like sitting outside, but I do get a little more tan, so I got a darker one for this summer. Okay, next is setting powder. This one you can't get in stores, I don't think. I had to order it online. So this is the RCMA No Color Powder. And this is great for setting the whole face. It is amazing for baking. I seriously love this. This is $12, and you get a ton. You get 3 ounces of powder for $12. And I just love how it goes on. I love how it looks. It's so amazing for baking. I love it. The only thing is I freaking hate this container. Like, so terrible. Okay, literally I'm getting it everywhere. But I would take this off and I'd dump it into the cap, but then it would make a huge mess trying to dump it back in. I just need to empty one out, like empty out a container and just put it in there. And then I was just dipping my sponge in there, but as I was pulling it out, it was starting to like kind of rip my sponge, so don't do that. But this I love. I totally think this is one of the best setting powders that I have ever used. Okay, for contouring, this is still and probably will be one of my favorite contour palettes for a very long time. This is $4, and it is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette. I used to really use the highlight shade too, but since I've been baking and setting my face, I haven't used the highlight shade a lot. But this highlight shade does look really great under your eyes, but this contour shade is beautiful. It's a really warm toned one. I don't know if they have a cooler toned one. I'm not sure. I'll have to check if they do have a cooler toned contour palette, because this one it's really, really warm. But it is so nice, especially if you're just starting out. This is what I recommend to everyone that asks me, because it blends out so nicely. You can build up the color really well. But for starting out learning how to contour, powder is just so much better, because you can be a little more messy with it and you can fix it and you can go back, you know, and touch it up and everything. I think this one is great, and it's only $4. That's probably the cheapest thing on here. Okay, next for eyebrows, my newest obsession is the NYX Tame and Frame. This is a brow pomade, and I really do like this. This is $7, and this changed my eyebrow game when I bought this. I constantly used pencils, and then I bought this. You can see, I mean, I've used a pretty good amount of that. Yeah. This changed the game for me. I mean, I stepped it up with my brows when I started using this. It goes on so nicely. It's also waterproof. I mean, you can still kind of wipe it off. It goes on so nicely. It looks really great. This, I think that I got a shade that was a little too light, but I was able to continue to build up the color and make it a little bit darker to match. So I actually really love this one. This is the one I continuously go for, and I grab daily. Okay, next is bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is $12. I always have to smell it. It smells so good. It smells like coconuts in a tropical paradise. But it goes on so beautifully. It's actually really toned down. You can see that right there. It's really toned down, but it is perfect for bronzing the entire face and just giving you a sun-kissed look. I love this bronzer so much. Like, when I was first starting makeup, I was like, $12? Like, for a bronzer, that's not worth it. No, I bought it and I loved it. I mean, I'm starting to get into the more expensive stuff and starting to appreciate that stuff, but that really also does make me appreciate the stuff that you can buy at the drugstore that is amazing. I really like it, and it's light, so it's not like if you dip into your brush and go onto your face, it's just going to be like a harsh, you know, bronze look. Like, it just looks so great all over the face. What I really like too is it's matte. I think it might have little flecks of like sparkle glitter in it, but no, I'm pretty sure that it's like pretty matte, which I also like because I don't like using a bronzer that's like shimmer. I don't need shimmer all over my face. Love it. Okay, then I have two different options for blush. This is the Milani Powder Blush. This is in the shade Coral Cove, and I actually really, really love this shade. It's so pretty. You can see I don't use it a lot because you only just barely need to tap in your brush, like literally just tap it right in, and you're good for the entire face. It is brighter, but this is going to be really nice for summer. And then this is the one that I use constantly. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Blush. This is neutral. This is Innocent Flush, and I actually really love this. This is like my day-to-day. As you can see, I hit pan. This is my day-to-day blush. It's really light and toned down, and it just adds the tiniest tint of pink onto your cheeks, which is exactly what I want. I don't like super bright blush. I don't like adding a ton of colors to my cheeks. If I'm going to add anything, it's going to be bronzer. But some people like a lot of blush, and that's fine. You might like this one better. It's really pigmented, and it is really pretty. I'll show you. I just love that shade, that coral shade. It's so pretty. These are both $8 from what I could see online. Okay, next is highlighters. And I have two options for that too. Actually, not really two options. I use these together to get a blinding highlight that I love. So the first one is the E.L.F. Highlighter Quad. It has a huge mirror. And that is what it looks like. It has a pearly white, a pinky, a goldish, and then a more brown sandy highlight. So it has, I mean, everything that you would need. And I love these. They're so pretty. The E.L.F. quad is $6. So it's $6 for this. You get pretty good pan sizes and you get 4 different options to choose from. My favorite is to dip into the pearly white one and the pinky one. Those are my favorites. But I have a feeling this summer when I'm a little more tan, I will definitely reach for these two. Revlon Photo Ready Skin Lights. This is a face illuminator. So you can add this. This is what I was talking about in the other video when I was talking about how if the E.L.F. foundation was a little more matte. I felt like it was a little more matte, but if you have dry skin or you like a really dewy finish, you can add something like this into your foundation to make it more dewy. And I really like this, but what I use it for is oh, that was a lot. Okay, I grabbed a lot, but I will just tap it out just like that. Okay, what you see, I mean, it has a pretty good sheen, but I will just tap it out right here where I put my highlight on my nose and my Cupid's bow. And then I'm just going to show you guys. So, I mean, you see, I mean, it can be toned down and it can be pretty by itself, but I'm going to go ahead and dip into the pink and the white one and just put that on top and then boom. Like, it is blinding when you put those together. That is one of my favorite things to do. Like, if I want a in-your-face highlight, that is what I will do every time. And this Revlon Skin Lights is $7. Okay, next is eyeliner. Okay, so next is eyeliner, and this is the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. This is in the shade Blackest Black, and this is $10. And you get a lot of product. A little goes a long way with this one. Like you can see, I've had this one for a while, and it like barely has a dent in it. This is great. This is actually a lot of people's ride or dies go to drugstore, pick it over other gel liners, even high end. Like, yeah, this is a good one. This is a really good one. If you like using gel liner, you will probably like this. The only thing is I would suggest getting a different, maybe a pencil brush or something like that. The brush that comes with it doesn't work that well, especially if you like it for winged liner. But other than that, this is great. I love it. It's like super black. It goes on really nice and smooth. I would just, you know, suggest a different brush and then you would have, I mean, this is a great option. Okay, so next, these ones you have to order online. I haven't tried a lot of eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore, but these ones are online and these are $12.50 each. Okay, so you get, these are from BH Cosmetics and you get 28 shadows, which I'm so happy that I just used these. Literally, I filmed this look. If you want to see it, I will link it down below. But this is what I used for this eye look, and I just got these yesterday and I'm obsessed. They're so nice. The pigmentation is great. They're creamy. They blend out beautifully. They look great. I didn't have a ton of fallout. Like, you can't go wrong. And 28 shadows for $12.50. Need I say more? Okay, next is mascara. Like I said in my other video, I always wear falsies, so mascara isn't that big of a deal to me. I could be fine with dollar mascara. As long as it put some black on my lower lashes, I'd be fine. But this is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. This is $6 and I love it. I do have a pretty good opinion because when I put it on my lower lashes, it looks great. It adds length to my lower lashes. I don't ever pay attention on my upper lashes because it's not even worth it to me. But on my lower lashes, it separates them. It coats them so nicely, and it does add length to them. So I really, really, really love this mascara. It does have a rubber wand, so if you don't like that, I don't know if you would enjoy this mascara, but I love it because it separates your lashes really well. Okay, this bottle's almost out, but this is the Maybelline Master Fix. It is a wear boosting setting spray. I love this stuff. I seriously use it every single day. I use it in every single tutorial, I'm pretty sure, because I love this. This is $10 for this bottle. You get 3.4 fluid ounces, but I love this. I use this, I mean, all throughout doing my makeup. I will spray my face after all my powder products. I will spray my face when I'm completely done. I will spray the brush to make, you know, to make my eyeshadows more intense. This is one of my favorite. This is actually my favorite. My ride or die setting spray, face spray, whatever you want to call it. This is it. This is my favorite. The smell is kind of offensive. But if you can get past the smell, I love this very, very much. This is my favorite. If you've watched any of my tutorials, you've seen me use this, I mean, basically every time. Okay, and then for lips, I'm just going to say the same thing I said in my last video. These are the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuits. Liquid lipsticks. These are amazing. I mean, you put these on, they dry down fast. You can't feel them all day. You can eat, talk, you can kiss your baby, like, and they don't transfer. They transfer after you eat. They will transfer, but if you reapply, then you're fine. It dries down really well. You can't feel it on your lips. I don't notice a smell. Yeah, it has like a very light smell to it, so that's really nice too. They have 13 shades. I wish they would come out with more. I really do, because I have all 13 and I love them. Some are a little more patchy than others. I noticed with like the really bright pink one, Oh My Dolly, that one you have to work a little harder to get it all the way, you know, pigmented on your lips. But other than that, I mean, they're all pretty great. And those are $5 each, and I 100% think those are so worth it. Okay guys, so that whole kit came out to $126.50, $126.50 for an entire face of makeup. And all of these products I love. I stand by all of these products. I love drugstore. I love inexpensive makeup. I love testing new stuff. And I stand by all of this stuff. I think it is all great if you're just starting out, if you're looking to start, you know, a drugstore starter kit. All of these are great options. These all work really, really great for me. I mean, I reach for all of this stuff constantly. I know the BH Cosmetics ones I just got. I did have Morphe on here because I love all the Morphe palettes. But if you got a Morphe palette for $25, that would bring the total to still under $140. So you can pick and choose whatever you want. But either way, you get this entire face of makeup for under $150, which is great. I love it. It's so exciting when I can find, you know, great inexpensive makeup. I love finding great deals. So that was everything in my more expensive drugstore starter kit. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos. And if you liked this video and you want to see more like this, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I am going to be doing an entire look with my first part 1, all of those makeup products, which was $52.50 for that entire full face, so that I can show you guys how everything looks, wears, and, you know, applies to the face. And then I will be doing one with this drugstore starter kit that cost under $150, so you guys can see how that stuff wears, applies, and looks on the face too. So if you want to see those videos, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on them. I did film this look, so if you do want to see it, I will link that down below along with part 1 if you didn't watch it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Oh my god, there's something in my head. There's Wolf Shadow. How much is this? Links to that. Okay, and I swear every time.